Hey everybody, it's Monday. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation. Y'all grab your coffee. Let's get on with it. Let's take the day. All right, everybody, it's journal day. That means I have a lot of questions for you today. I want you to do some reflective, introspective, self-reflective, self-awareness. I got some of that work for you today. So before we jump into it, hey family, did you all have a fantastic week? Did you all have a fantastic week this past week? I know you did. I know you were purposeful in your baby steps, and we're going to add to that today. I always, every now and again, like to have, and it's about time for us to have our centering questions around happiness, but I like to periodically bring us back there. So we're going to do that today. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you tune in here, it's because, listen, you want some motivation. I'm about happiness, motivation, connection. Those are my values. My intention is to help you all connect. Is sharing the way that I am working to connect in my own life with you all, and hope that it helps you and motivates you and encourages you to connect to your life and experience your life in a happier way. And in a more abundant way, in a way that ministers to your soul, right? Amen. All right, so that said, we're going to jump right in. I told y'all it's journal day, so I got some stuff I want y'all to think about and reflect about as you're riding in your car. I want you to, pause me and think about it. If you are watching it, I want you to pause TV and grab your pad and a piece of paper. If you're listening while you're working, because some of my friends listen while they work, I want you to put your little notepad right beside and pause. And I genuinely want you to reflect over the questions I'm going to ask you. All right, so I'm just going to start with the statement or with the thought. I want you to know that it is okay for you to change your life. And that sounds so simple. She said it's okay for me to change my life. But it's so much deeper than that. What if the life, most of us are in the process of building our life, or we've built a life, and what if you don't like it? And what if you married him, or you married her, and you don't like her, and you don't like him? You have permission to change your life. What if, you bought a car, and you realize, you know what? I don't like this car. Or I don't like the maintenance that comes with this car. Or this car doesn't have enough bells and whistles. You have permission to go and change cars. What if you don't like the house, the neighborhood, the career? We invest in these careers. I work in healthcare and I enjoy it. I'm on the side of it that's more administrative, but I feel more fulfilled when I'm on the side that touches people's lives. And so you have permission to go and find a career that ministers to your entire soul. And you have the same permission. You have permission to change your life. Now why? Why is this important? Because it is important that you live your truth. And your truth changes. As you learn, as you grow, as you experience life, it changes. When you were in high school and college planning what you wanted to do for the rest of your life, you didn't know that by the time you got, over 30, you might say that the thought and plan I had at 18, I don't like it. Can we just be honest? Oh, I thought when I made this plan, I was going to like this career field. I don't like this career field. Oh, I thought when I bought this house years ago that I would love it. Oh, but I was looking at the house. I wasn't looking at the school up the street that's not really working for me. So now I got private school. You have permission to say, you know what? What was true for me then is no longer true for me today. And I'm going to change it. You have permission to do that. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm not giving you license to be irresponsible. If you are in a relationship and you have responsibilities, you have children, you have this, don't be irresponsible. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying, if you don't like your marriage, you have permission to sit down and talk with your spouse and say, hey, how can we make this a union that we like? We don't like this. How can we make something that we like? Because today I don't like it. You like it, but I don't. Or they like it, or you like it and they don't. You have permission to say, you know what, I love you, I'm in love with you, but I don't like what we're doing right now. So let's figure out how we can do it in a way that we both like and love, and enjoy this thing we got together. Amen. Amen. You have permission to do all of that. You are in the driver's seat of your life. Don't be a passenger. You have permission to change it. You have permission to live your truth. You have permission to create a life that you love. You have permission to stop and say, I'm going the wrong way. One of the things that I really respected that my sister did in her life was she was working in an industry. She was in healthcare. She was in healthcare. And she was in the billing side of it, and realized that she was at the point in her career where she couldn't go any further without finishing up her degree in accounting. And she said, you know what, I'm just going to stop, because I'm never going to get where I want to go in my career. I'm never going to get where I want to go if I don't do something different. She stopped right then and said, I'm going to change my path. You have permission to do that. And I want you to make sure that you understand what is true for you. So what's true for me? How do I get to my truth? What don't you like about your life? What don't you like? And I'm going to ask you this question in a couple of different ways. What am I no longer passionate about? Now let me give you a caveat on that before I just throw that one out there for you. Some things require discipline. Anybody that's accomplished anything of merit. I know for me personally, when I'm in school, I get about half to 3/4 of the way, and I say, what? I can't talk to another professor. I can't write another paper. I don't do it. Discipline is what has helped me finish my education. The ability to say, though I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. I'm a parent. I'm a mother of 2 boys, and I don't have the boys that are quiet. I was out with my sons yesterday, and this lady looked at me and said, oh, you got real boys. You don't have these little, you got real boys. I said, yes, I absolutely do. I have real boys. There are days I don't feel like being a real mama. Now, I love them every single day. But last night when they wanted me to pop popcorn on the stove because they didn't want the microwave, they wanted me to get up there and put that special seasoning, because you know we season the popcorn. I ain't want to do that. And I didn't. You get that microwave bag. I didn't feel like it. So I'm not giving you a license to be undisciplined in your life. You have to be disciplined. I'm not talking about moments where you need to be disciplined. I'm talking about when something you was passionate about was like, you know what, I'm over this for real. Like, I'll never do this again. I have a couple of those things in my life. Like, ooh, I'll never, as long as I'm alive. I'm so good, if I never do that again, there is zero passion to do that again. That's what I'm talking about. What do you worry about? What are things you worry about? What's something that you worry about? What are the things that you worry about? Those are the things that you need to change. Ha-ha! See, some of y'all are saying, ooh, I felt that. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question. Now that you got your list, I want you to ask yourself a question. How would your life improve or change if you fix this? If this was no longer an issue, if you could live the life that you really want to live, how would your life be? How would you experience your life? How would you feel about your life? If you were in a relationship where you felt loved, or a relationship where you were able to give the love that you have in your heart, how would you feel about your life? If you were in a career that was fulfilling to you, a career that you loved, how would you feel about it? How would you feel? How would it improve and change your life? You want to move to this side of town. Okay, so how would it improve your life? That's one for me, because I daydream regularly about moving near and closer to my kids' school. So how would it change my life? I would not spend 2 hours a day on the road, because the school is 30 minutes one way. So I wouldn't lose 2 hours a day on the road. That's how my life would change. I would get 2 hours back if we moved, right? What other ways would my life change? I would pick up a house note, and I don't necessarily want a bigger house note. I don't necessarily want to do that, so never mind. So all those things you have to think about. I want you to look at the good and the bad. How would my life improve? Are there any negatives to this? What is it? How would my life be better? How would I experience my life differently if this changed, if this proved, if I fixed this area of my life? And then the last question I want you to ask yourself, because we're building onto the baby steps discussion. What are some steps? I don't care if it's a baby step. I don't care if it's a big step. I don't care if it's just a gargantuan step. What is a step that I can take towards getting me towards my truth, getting me towards this life that I have in my head, the life that's in my heart, the one that I really want to experience? What's some steps I can start to take to get towards there? 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. What are 3 steps? What's the step I can take today? What's the step I can take this week? What can I do? All right, so let me give you a couple of warnings. Give you a couple of warnings for today. Warning number 1, don't let being comfortable kill your progress. Sometimes, y'all, we get comfortable. We get comfortable. I say all the time, what I'm interested, every now and again when I get that bug to start looking at different companies, and I'll start to feel like, oh, I'm ready to do something different. The moment I realize they actually want me to get in traffic and drive. You want me to what? We live in Atlanta. You want me to drive to work every day? Never mind. Child, let me get to falling back in love with this company. Because that right there is the huge. Don't let being comfortable kill your progress. Being comfortable can kill your progress. Being comfortable can kill your dreams. Oh, I'm so comfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable. It's okay that it's uncomfortable. Friend of mine, Tisa, helped me with that. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what she say to me. It's uncomfortable. It's right, Angela. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Oh, Tisa, bye. See, you being too deep for me now. Now you being too deep. You gotta be uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Ma'am. No, ma'am. As you watch. Tap, 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 and tap. No, ma'am. No, and ma'am. Yes, I'm talking to you. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Number 2. But she's absolutely right before I move on. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. You want what's uncomfortable if it brings you the desired goal. No, I don't necessarily want to go to the gym, but I want to lose the weight, so I want to be uncomfortable. No, I don't necessarily want to not eat the peach cobbler and the cake and the croissant sandwich, but I want to lose the weight. So do I want to be uncomfortable when I'm selecting to eat a salad rather than pizza? Yes, I want to be uncomfortable because I want the desired goal of what comes from being uncomfortable. So I want that. I want to eat healthy. I want to be tired from working out. I want what that walk brings me. Woo! Had a moment for myself right there. Had to go and get that one. All right, so number 2, don't let fear of failure or rejection stop you. So don't let fear of any kind, whether it's a failure, fear of rejection, fear of I can't do it, whatever it is that you think, don't let fear stop you. Do it afraid, or ask yourself, how can I do this? Okay, so I'm afraid to, I don't know. You might have a desire to do a YouTube channel. I'm afraid to do a YouTube channel. Well, how can I do it? One of mine is, well, you know what? Most things I'll do. But whatever your fear is, whatever your hindrance is, because we all might have a particular hindrance. How can I fix it so I can get beyond my roadblock, my hindrances, my limitation? Because yours might not be fear. It might be limited. It might be, I don't think I can do it, or nobody's going to believe in me, or nobody's going to buy my product, or nobody's going to want to hear me, or nobody's going to like what I have to say, whatever. How can I do it? How can I do it in a way that honors me? And I said YouTube, but that really was a good example. A lot of people get a lot of views for shows that are more entertaining, for episodes that are more entertaining type of viewing. Even as a person that makes content that is thought-provoking and that's more coaching, ministry type of work, I recognize that when I get on YouTube, I usually am watching something interesting. And I will watch other people that make the type of content that I make. But typically, I'm not going to watch it very long. I'm not going to watch it for as long as I watch makeup. I'll watch that for an hour. I'm not going to watch content like this for that long, right? But I have to know that when I make my videos, I make it for a certain type of person. And the type of person that's looking for the type of content that I make, they're going to watch it for the length of time that they watch it. And they'll get what they're going to get out of it. And I have to be okay with my audience and get beyond, oh my God, nobody watched it for 2 hours. Whatever your limitation is, you have to get beyond that. How do I get beyond that? What do I need to get beyond my limitation? Whether it's fear, whether it's a mental block, whether it's lack of understanding, what do I need? Dig into that. How do I get beyond that? And then my last question. I want you to acknowledge that this may be hard, that this change may be hard, because I'm saying it very simply, but these are not easy things to do. It might be very, very, very challenging. How do I do this? I am parenting, and often I have to look and say, how do I change this? Right now, we are grooming. My kids are used to me and my husband doing the majority of the cleaning and the housework. And we are right now saying, oh no, now it's time. Y'all old enough now. Y'all need to carry some of the load of this housework. Y'all need to carry the bulk of it. It's time for that, right? And we are grooming that, but the struggle of it sometimes is challenging. And then I saw a light at the end of the tunnel today. My husband told the kids, go and empty the dishwasher. They emptied the dishwasher, and then I heard one son say, let's go ahead and load it so we won't have to do it later. I said, oh, they're catching on. Look at it, they're catching on. Then the next thing that happened was the other son said, well, let's go ahead and hand wash the stuff we got to hand wash so we can just be done with the kitchen altogether. I said, look at them. They're growing up. But that month where we have been trying to groom it in, y'all. Listen, it was hard. So I want to acknowledge that change can be hard. That it may be hard. And it's okay that it's hard. It's okay. Shrug it off. It's okay. Because you want what's on the other side of that. And I want you to set some rewards for each step. So I want you to say, when I do this, all right guys, so I didn't realize the end had cut off on the video till I was editing. So I had to come back and reshoot the little end part of this video. So yes, the lighting is a little different. It's not your imagination, it's real. But we're gonna jump right back in. Okay? Okay. Set up a reward system for yourself. As you accomplish certain things, come up with 3 goals. What can I do to reward myself? Maybe a reward can be a special item you've been wanting to buy. Maybe you can have a bigger ticket item that you want to do, a trip or I don't know, you want to go skydiving, something that you can do. Maybe it's, I want a porterhouse steak and I'm going to get it and I'm going to put it on the grill. I'm going to season that baby. You know, whatever goal you need to set that will motivate you. It might be a new fragrance or a lipstick. Listen, makeup works for me real well. Or maybe it's spend time with someone. Whatever your reward will be, find a reward. Find a couple of rewards and set it up where I have 3 rewards. When I do this, I'm going to reward myself with that. When I do this, I'm going to reward myself with that. Whatever it is, give yourself rewards to encourage yourself, to keep yourself encouraged and say, hey, I did a great job. I did a great job here. You know, we reward ourselves as adults. So how are you going to reward yourself for moving forward, for taking a chance, for changing, and for doing things differently? All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank y'all for being forgiving with my end of the video. I didn't realize I got to the end, and so I only rigged up like one little light and the camera and had to jump back in. All right, guys, thank y'all. Have a fantastic week. Take the day. Bye-bye.